In 1945, in the scorching sands of Nag Hammadi, Egypt, a simple peasant made a discovery that would forever alter the history of Christianity. Buried in the sand for over 1,600 years, lay a sealed jar containing not only ancient papyri, but a hidden secret the Church wanted to erase from human memory. The Gospel of Thomas, a forbidden book. It is said to have been written by Thomas, Jesus' twin, containing the secret sayings of Christ. Sayings that were hidden, or burned, and forgotten for centuries. Among these forgotten texts was a manuscript so revolutionary that the early church fought to destroy every single copy, the Gnostic Gospel of Thomas. It contained the secret sayings of Jesus. But why was this specific document considered so dangerous? According to Thomas, Jesus didn't bring messages of the apocalypse or resurrection. He spoke of self-knowledge. In the 4th century, the Roman Empire and the Orthodox Church consolidated their power. At the Council of Nicaea, led by Constantine, they made decisions that would shape Christianity as we know it. Only 4 Gospels were selected for the New Testament. The rest were burned, erased, suppressed. The Gospel of Thomas was condemned as heresy. Its words, considered dangerous, were banned because they threatened the Church's absolute power. Truth could not be left in the hands of the faithful. Control had to be maintained. But the Gospel of Thomas brought a message that challenged everything we knew. There's no final judgment. No apocalypse, no need for sacrifices or rituals. The kingdom of God is not in a distant place, but within us, waiting to be discovered. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus reveals, the kingdom of God is within you, and it is through self-knowledge that we find the way to divinity. It's not a physical place, but an inner journey of discovery. The hidden truth, revealed in the simplest and deepest phrase of the gospel. The kingdom is inside of you and outside of you. The true power of God is not in a temple, but in the heart of every human being. Salvation doesn't come from outside, but from within, through self-knowledge and connection to the divinity that resides within us. This knowledge was suppressed, buried under layers of doctrines and dogmas, but, like the Gospel of Thomas, it never disappeared. It was always there, waiting to be found, waiting to be understood. The Gospel of Thomas was not just a book to be banned. It represented a threat to the foundation of a growing church, controlled by the Roman Empire. The religion that was emerging needed a rigid structure, a centralized power that controlled the faith of the masses. In that moment, a new dogma was established. The Church decided what would be truth and what would be erased. The Gospel of Thomas, with its radical view of salvation and personal divinity, didn't fit into the new mold they were creating. The Church knew that the true spiritual freedom was in the Gospel of Thomas. It offered the faithful a direct connection with the divinity, without the need for intermediaries. That's what challenged the hierarchical system of the Church and its exclusivity over salvation. The Gospel of Thomas was not just destroyed by fire. It was buried, hidden, erased strategically. The Church didn't just want to prevent its dissemination. It feared the impact these words could have on religious structures. The Vatican became the fortress of secrecy. For centuries, those who knew the power of the Gospel of Thomas guarded the secret with zeal. What would happen if the world knew that the power of God was inside each person, waiting to be discovered? The dogma would have crumbled. The secret was kept for so long, but the truth always finds its way back. The Gospel of Thomas, buried in the sands of time, was ready to be revealed to the modern world. In 1945, after centuries of concealment, the Gospel of Thomas was unearthed in the sands of Egypt. The revelation that had been silenced for so long finally found its way back to the modern world. What church leaders feared was not the content of the Gospel of Thomas, but what it represented. spiritual freedom. If the kingdom of God was truly a matter of self-discovery, then the powers the church held would be threatened. The Gospel of Thomas didn't just challenge history, it challenged the institutions of power that had shaped Christianity. When the translations were made public, a new kind of confrontation arose. The church couldn't allow the Gospel of Thomas to rewrite the rules of faith. But truth can't be erased. The Gospel of Thomas was unearthed, and now it spreads its message of self-knowledge, spiritual freedom, and the inner truth that resides in all of us. Today, the Gospel of Thomas still challenges conventions and illuminates hearts that seek to understand the true nature of spirituality. The kingdom of God is not a distant place, but an internal reality that is within everyone's reach. The Gospel of Thomas was not just a forbidden book. It is an invitation to internal discovery, spiritual awakening, and connection with the divine that resides in each one of us. The truth is within us, waiting to be discovered. And the question remains, how long will we be able to hide the freedom that the Gospel of Thomas reveals?